Now we'll perform the experiment to determine the angle of minimum deviation for a given glass prism by plotting a graph between the angle of incidence and the angle of deviation. And the apparatus required, this is the drawing board, a sheet of paper, prism, scale and protector, and pencil, eraser, 4 all pins and 2 drawing pins. You may use 4 also drawing pins, but 2 are sufficient. And then for starting this is the formula used if you want to find out the refractive index. Mu is equal to sine A plus delta m upon 2 sine A by 2, where A is angle of prism, delta m is angle of minimum deviation. So what is angle of minimum deviation? If this is the prism, this one is incident ray, here is the normal at this surface A, B, and then this is incident ray, it will be reflected as shown in the diagram. Again you will make a perpendicular here at this surface AC. It should be straight because it is perpendicular on AC. So now this is perpendicular, and when it comes out from AC, this is the emergent ray. So when incident ray is increased in forward direction, emergent ray is produced in backward direction. Angle between them is called as angle of deviation. Okay. So we have to find out angle of minimum deviation. We'll find out this angle of deviation for angle of incidence 30 degree to 60 degree. So we'll note down the reading. I'll show you here. And angle of prism is, this is angle of prism, it is of 60 degree, but we don't require, according to the syllabus, we have to plot the graph between angle of incidence and angle of deviation. Now we have to start the experiment. For starting this experiment, we'll make 2 horizontal lines by using the scale, and then we'll draw the shape of the prism. Now you may ask why we are keeping the prism like this, why we are not using this type of diagram, because if we are using this one, then it will be difficult to make the perpendicular here, and we can cover up few readings only on this sheet, but this is the way we can complete 7 observations. And suppose now we have to drop a perpendicular at this point. First we'll draw the shape of the prism, we'll keep like this, and 7 shapes we'll make. And now we have to make perpendicular at this point. You can take anywhere this point, but try to make it in the middle of the prism. So we'll mark 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree. So this way you can make for all these positions of the prism or these diagrams, and then we'll join here. This also I'm going to join, so you can complete it for rest of the shapes of the prism. And then initially we'll make an angle of incidence 30 degree. So you can see here this is 30 degree, and how you are going to keep the protector, that you have to take care. See, don't keep like this, because most of the students, they keep it like this, and then they will mark here 30 degree, they will see 30 and then they will mark. So you can see here from the common sense only, this is not 30, this is 60 degree. So it's better to make the keep the protector this way, because you are making an angle of incidence from the normal, from the perpendicular से आपको 30 डिग्री बनाना है, ना कि इस हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन से या प्रिज्म के सरफेस से. So this is 10, 20 and 30. So you will mark here 30 degree angle of incidence. Then with 5 degree difference, that means 35 degree angle of incidence you will take here. So you can see this is 30, and in between this one is 35, and then you will take angle of incidence 40 degree. So this 40, this line, it's going here, this is 40 degree. So this way, with the difference of 5 degree, you will take the range from 30 degree to 60 degree, and then you will join this ray. This is incident ray. This also you are going to join here, and here also you will join this one also. And it's better you produce this in forward direction with the dotted line, because we have to see angle of deviation, which is the angle between incident ray produced in forward direction and emergent ray in backward direction. Angle between them is called angle of incidence. So we'll mark this with the dotted one. And now we'll do one thing. We'll use these all pins, and you will prick these pins on the incident ray. There is no particular distance between these, so with the equal distance you can prick these pins. Now you will keep the prism as I am keeping here, and now this is incident ray. Inside this it will be refracted ray, so this side it will be emergent ray. So I'll see the images of those two pins from this side, and I'll prick these two pins as those actual pins, images of those actual pins, and these pins are in the straight line. So I'll mark here, I'll prick this pin here, and then another one also, I'll prick another pin also this way, and so now you can see this is incident ray. We'll prick two pins, then we'll see the image from this surface of the prism, because emergent ray will pass through this part. So we'll use another two pins, and we'll prick these pins in such a way so that the image of these two pins through this face and these two pins all should look in a straight line. And then we'll remove this prism from here, and we'll remove these two pins also, and then we'll join with this scale as I'm joining here these two dots of the pins, and this way we'll join, and from at this point we'll keep this D, and we'll measure what is the angle of deviation here. It's 51 degree. You can see here it's 51 degree is the angle of deviation. This is incident ray, this is refracted ray, and this one is emergent ray. So angle between incident ray increase and emergent ray produced in backward direction, in between these, this is called angle of deviation. This is for 30 degree. And then we'll take other observations also, and it will look like this. This is the file of one of the students, so you have to make the arrows also, otherwise marks will be reduced. 30 degree we were getting it with 51 degree, maybe 50. 35 degree it is 46 degree. For 40 degree it is 42 degree. For 45 degree angle of incidence it is 40 degree. And then after that here it is 50 degree angle of incidence. So angle of deviation is 38 degree. And this after this, if you are increasing the angle of incidence, angle of deviation will be increased. So it is 39 degree. For 60 degree it is 40 degree. So as you will observe, when angle of incidence are increased, then angle of deviation decreases up to a certain point, and after that further if the angle of incidence is increased, angle of deviation also increases. So this minimum value of angle of incidence is known as angle of minimum deviation. Angle of minimum deviation. and then you will plot the graph between angle of incidence and angle of deviation. This will be the shape of the graph. X-axis you are taking angle of incidence, on y-axis you are taking angle of deviation, and you have to write the scale. Marks are there for scale, so it should be written in proper way. X-axis tan divisions is equal to 5 degree. So you can see here 30, 35, so 5 degree difference is there, and number of divisions 10. So 10 divisions 5 degree, so 1 division 5 upon 10 means 0.5 degree. Similarly you will write for y-axis also. So you can see here 5 degree difference in angle and the number of divisions 10. So 10 divisions 5 degree, 1 division 0.5. And graph is plotted here. You have to, while making the graph, you have to be very, very careful. For 30 degree it is 50 degree, right? So 30 degree angle of incidence, angle of deviation 50. So first you will mark point. It should not be very dark, it should not be like this, because it is having thickness and it covers 2 points, and that is wrong. So point means it should be point, sharp pencil should be used for that, and then you can encircle it. This is the point, another point, encircle it, encircle it. This also, this also, this one also, and here also. So this is minimum angle of deviation. It is 38 degree. So you have to write here angle of minimum deviation, or you will show it with delta m, and you can join it with the free hand. So this will be the shape of the curve. So this is the expected. It is compulsory to attach this observation sheet, otherwise your marks will be reduced, or you will not get any marks, because it shows that you have not done the experiment if you don't attach this observation sheet.